Hello, this is Jack, and today I'm just going to be showing you sharing my overall thoughts of the Wooting UwU after a couple of weeks of having it now. And long story short, I really enjoy the device. I think it's really great, really high quality bit of kit. It doesn't seem to have faulted me so far. I've really enjoyed playing UwU with it. It really was. Even though I know the Wooting team don't play UwU, or so I've heard, the fact that they've managed to come out with a device that just hits all the right spots is actually quite impressive. So yeah, let's get started with the actual carry case. If you have an RGB version of the Wooting, then you get a little carry case, and just look at this thing, it's so adorable. I apologise for the dark room, and I don't have a tripod as well, so I'll have to put the camera down a couple of times in this video. But yeah, I love this carry case. It's really, really sturdy. Can't really fault it. I've already unzipped it because I have to hold the camera, as I've said. But yeah, if I just open it up, here it is, the little device. Look at it. Look at its little face. But yeah, as you can hear, it's got just linear Leica, as they call it, the Leica L45. So Hall effect switches, rapid trigger, 45 grams of actuation. I haven't measured that to see how accurate it is, but it's a really nice light feeling linear switch, really nice, and I've been enjoying playing UwU with it. It does come, the box, I've got the box here, it does come with some spare L60s, which are green. The switches in here would be yellow, but these are green. These are the L60s, and they, as the name suggests, 60 grams of actuation for these. But I do prefer the lighter feel of the 45, so I haven't put these in. But they're spares. If you want the slightly heavier actuation, then by all means put it in your device. And the box also comes with a couple of spare screws, which is a really nice touch. Really nice to have those. And yeah, just in case the screws on the bottom of the device go missing, you've got spares. And because I was one of the quote-unquote founders, as they call it, I got some creator keycaps. You get 4 random creator keycaps. Unfortunately, I'm not all big on the UwU creator space, so I don't really know what half of these are. I think this one's Malashevsky and the first one is Tokaku. But yeah, I don't know the middle ones, unfortunately. You'll probably be screaming at the screen saying, oh, it's that creator, but sorry, I'm just not big on the creator stuff. I quite like the stock UwU keycaps. They feel really nice, and they're nice. They look clean and tidy, so I've kept those in. But yeah, that is the device in a nutshell. Comes with a really nice little braided cable, as you can see here. Braided cable with metal. So these bits are made of metal. The connectors fully metal, and this is a really quality cable. I really think it's this product, they haven't really skimped on anything. Everything just feels really high quality, and I've heard reports of their PCB designs being really great as well, and overall their attention to detail. If you was to take this device apart, you would see UwU sort of memes in there, which I think is really great. So if I took these keycaps and the switches out, I would see 727. And I think if I take the case, if I was to swap the bottom half for a brass bottom case, then the inside of this case would say nice PP, which is, honestly, it is a really great touch. I like that attention to detail. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to hop onto my desktop and show you the Wootility, as they call it. And yeah, I'll show you what that's like, and I'll plug in the device and share my setup. So here we are on my desktop, and I'm just going to plug the device into my PC, and we'll see it fire up. There we go. See the the RGB effects. It's really nice and bright. Very impressive RGB around all the sides. Yeah, so really... Yeah, I really like the RGB. There's even RGB underneath in the switches, but as the stock ones don't have any transparency, you don't really see it that well. But if you have your own switches that are transparent, then you will get even more RGB, which is quite good. But yeah, I'm going to place this down on my desk again, and the anti-slip. Let me just make a comment on the anti-slip. Like that is really, really locked into place. Now I keep my desk quite clean. I wipe it every week, and I think that helps a lot. But if you do have this device and it is slipping, then all I can suggest is make sure your desk is clean and not very dusty, because dust will kill the anti-slip. But this is really good. It's really good. It's not moving at all. But yeah, you don't have to download the program. I've got it downloaded here. You can use your browser, but I'm a Firefox person. Not big on Chromium browsers, so Chromium is what this supports. So I thought I'd just download it anyway. I'll go to the utility, and here it is. So I'm not an expert on the utility, but it's been easy enough for me to understand. I've only got a few profiles here. I've got OSU with no rapid trigger. OSU with rapid trigger. Can I zoom in? Okay, it does. You can. Wait. You can zoom out, but you can't zoom in. I don't really know how to reset the zoom, to be honest. Interface settings. Okay. Don't know if that's a bug. Can't zoom in. Really odd. But I can zoom out, which is interesting. I'll restart the program. Oh no, I've proper ruined it now. Yep, I can't. What if I scroll? No, nothing. Okay, what I'll do, I will use the browser instead. Like, okay, fair enough. I don't use Edge, so I've got loads of. Got to love Microsoft with their force of being and everything. Okay, utility. Try it out. Oh no, I think. Oops. Initialize a device. Allow the browser. Connect. Yes. Customize. There we go. So this is... Oh, Microsoft, please go away. There we go. Right. So, I hate this sidebar. There we go. Wow. Set my default browser. Okay, cool. Won't do that. There we go. I can zoom in the browser, which is nice. There we go. So now you can see clearly. So I have... As you can see as well, it brought the same profiles across. So these are the keyboard profiles. These are saved on the device. You can have 4. But I don't really use the local profiles. These are like the local profiles that you can create in software only. And you can technically have unlimited amount of these if you wish. But you can only have 4 stored on the device, which I think is fair enough. I think 4 is enough anyway. Here's my no rapid trigger. If I go to performance, you can see here I've disabled rapid trigger, and I've just set the actuation to 2mm, which is halfway, which is your standard mechanical keyboard sort of effect. Sort of emulates that. But I also have the rapid trigger, which I think this is very similar to what comes out of the box. We've got rapid trigger, really high actuation point, but the effect is quite impressive, being that I could sort of... I'm barely pressing it. I'm just sort of jittering my wrist, and I'm able to get that really quick. That is impressive. I can't do that with do that as well without rapid trigger. But the one I like to use the most is my mix profile, which I have the actuation down to 2mm, but anywhere under 2mm gets the rapid trigger effect. So sometimes it comes in clutch and keeps my combo going. and I have rapid trigger with that. So it means I can still retain a lot of the technique of using a traditional mechanical switch, but have some safeguards in place by rapid trigger to help me out here. So it's sort of like a nice middle ground. This is my go-to profile. I don't really use tachyon mode, which increases the scan rate of the switches. I didn't really find it to give any noticeable effect, so I just leave it off. And if you turn it on, because the scan rate is so much higher, you have to reduce the RGB effects, because the little diddly processor on this thing can only do so much. So, but yeah, you can remap all the keys. There's so many options. It's incredible. And if you have analog rapid trigger set, then you can actually create a gamepad out of this thing. So it's not just OSU that this thing's great for. You can actually do it for other games as well, and change the. It's crazy how much this little device can do. But yeah, I could also change the analog value to how deep the key is pressed, which is great. Yeah, and the colours here, I just like the rainbow effect. I just like having the rainbow set to a really slow speed, because I don't find it to be as distracting, but it's still quite nice that it goes through all the colours in a very slow fashion. So this is my go-to RGB, really basic. And the base layer overwrites the colours here. You can not have a base layer, I think, if you just go static. And you can see here, my device is now displaying the colours that are displayed in this ring up here. So I could go pink and then change the colours of the top bar. See here, it's gone pink at the top. Kind of hard to see with the webcam's quality, but it's so bright. If I lower the brightness, maybe the effects would be a bit easier to see. There we go, yeah. So you see, I've gone for pink, but you could customize the colours to however you want. I could have yellow, which isn't too visible on the webcam. Blue, there we go. You can see the blue quite clearly, and that's only 40%. The brightness is really bright. It's a really bright device. But yeah, I don't use any of the colour effects up here. I just like to have my wave and just set the speed to really slow. And yeah, and to save this profile, just click Save to Keyboard and it's all saved. Really, really easy. So yeah, that's my go-to. That's my setup. Really, really great. And I love how I could just load the browser version. I've taken this device around a mate of mine's, and I just plugged it in, loaded up the browser, and straight away all my profiles were there. And we ended up customizing one of the spare ones just so I can show him what it's like. So it's really great that he didn't have to install any additional software on his end, just so I could show him the device. So yeah, I think that's the Wootility in a nutshell. I could go into so much more detail, I reckon, but that's sort of how I've been using the Wootility recently, and it's a great bit of software. Really, really good. Haven't had any major problems. Actually, the only problem I have had is the fact I can't zoom back in after zooming out, which is really strange on the desktop client, but hey, there we go. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the Wooting. Really great device, really enjoying it, and I highly recommend you pick one up for yourself. But yeah, that's it for me. Catch you all later.